Touchdown, Miami!
All right, what's up, everyone? Damn, still catching my breath after this Dolphins victory in Chicago. Dolphins take the dub 35-32 over the Chicago Bears, improving their record to 6-3. Tua improving his record when he starts and finishes to 6-0. Man, boys, I'm still recovering after that near heart attack that I almost have. Shout out to the refs, by the way. But how we feeling after this win? JMV, I'll start with you.
I mean, I'm feeling good, man. A win is a win. 6-3. The Bills lost. That puts us in great position. It gives us a chance at the division. And a lot of us thought, myself included, that Buffalo wasn't going to lose another game for the rest of the season. So big loss there. I'll take the ugly wins. And in this being a quote unquote ugly win compared to the ugly wins we've had over the last 3 years, bro, I'll take this over the other ones for sure.
Now, listen, we are checking in now. That is confirmed. Jets do beat the Buffalo Bills at MetLife Stadium 20-17. So Buffalo falls to that 6-2 now. Yeah, division is very much within reach. And honestly, if you're a Dolphins fan, you pretty much will definitely take that. Like, we'll take care of the Jets down the road. They're a team that, we'll catch them. Like, don't worry. Like, if you can get Buffalo to rack up some losses and then you're winning games, you absolutely take that. I'm gonna go to Ant right here on this one. How you feeling after that Dolphins win and about that Buffalo loss?
Well, obviously I feel good because a win is a win. As far as the Buffalo game, though, glad Buffalo lost, but I'm never happy after a Jets win. I don't care who they win. But obviously, win is a win. 6-3, great or good enough record for this Dolphins team. So certainly happy with that. The only problem is that we obviously was an ugly win, like we said. Last couple wins were relatively ugly, and you can get away with that against a bad team like the Lions or the Bears. But if you play in another team, it might not be so sweet at the end. So they certainly got a lot of things they got to fix. Not a great second half this time, similar to the last few games. They kind of slowed down in the second half there. Tua had some chances to ice the game that he certainly didn't look great on. But overall, he played a great game. Defense got to step up, though, and this team can be dangerous moving forward.
Definitely. Defense has definitely got to step up. Like, giving up 32 points to the Chicago Bears, like, yes, I get it. They are a little bit improved. They're running the ball well. But still, I mean, giving up all that yardage to Justin Fields, just inexcusable. But a win is a win. So, you got to take it. You got to take it, man. These are things that they have to clean up, and they have to clean up. There's a lot of things that they have to clean up, which we're going to talk about in this stream. Alex, appreciate you joining on, man. We're just going around the room. We want to hear everyone's reactions to the game. So I'm going to toss this one to you, man. How are you feeling after that 35-32 Dolphins win?
Bro, that was crazy. It was kind of weird. Like, the game was close, but I was like not really stressing until like the fourth down stuff started happening. That's when I was like, okay, like we're on upset watch now. Listen, Justin Fields balled out today. As much as I want to do like this defense is terrible, and they are. Josh Boyer needs to be fired, but we already knew that. Like, I determined that last week that used to go. I will say this. I don't know why it took so long for the team to put Duke Riley in the game. He should have been in the game from the fucking get-go. Atlanta is absolutely trash. He's garbage. And my agenda was thriving today because that man looked like he was stuck in cement from start to finish. Zero acceleration, had no idea what to do with Justin Fields. Duke Riley did a better job. But enough with the linebackers. That game, a win is a win. And I think I saw a tweet on the time, Harry retweeted or something, like, that felt like Justin Fields' coming out party. Like, this guy's not a bust. This guy's a real NFL quarterback. In fact, he's developing into a star potential, right, with the dual threat action. It's hard to beat a team when the young quarterback's moving like that, and the Dolphins always struggle against mobile core. I wasn't necessarily surprised. Now, they didn't today. They got dominated by Justin Fields, and that was a pass interference at the end or a hold, one of the two. But Keon Crossing is not that guy, so I think we're very lucky there, obviously. But I can't be mad at the offense. I can't be mad at Tua. I can't, I don't know. People are going to harp in on the Tua throws. They don't understand. The man played a perfect game. Has played a perfect season pretty much. Yeah, he could have aired that out to Waddle a little bit more for sure. Yeah, he could have hit that 4th and 1. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. I don't understand the hate. I think he balled out. But either way, man, hey, a win's a win. Gotta take.
Definitely gotta take it for sure, man. A lot of issues though that I feel like need to be cleaned up. That's for sure. We can start with clock management. We can go with, the too many, not being able to get to the quarterback and get sacks. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
The timeouts.
Oh my God, the timeouts, like those things are crucial, man. You can't just be just burning timeouts left and right. At first you're thinking about it. If it's in the first half, I don't mind it, but in the second half, like what is going on with like I don't know if it's miscommunication or what. Shout out Jay, he's joining us. Actually, I was going around the room. I want to hear Jay's thoughts before we go on to these next questions. Jay, Dolphins pick up the win 35-32. What's your reaction to that game?
3 things. Defense was horrible. Josh Boyer needs some, we're not going to fire him midseason, I don't think. So he just needs to improve himself because that was horrible. McDaniel's clock management had me feeling some type of way. I can't say what I want to say on the stream because I would be canceled. But dude, that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That was ridiculous. 40 seconds left, you run a run play, which is fine. Call a timeout. What are we doing here? That was just terrible. The worst thing ever. And the last thing, and obviously with defense, bad tackling, etc. I'm sure we'll get that if you haven't got to it already. And I'm going to make us feel pain right now, even though we won. Imagine the scenes if Tua hits Waddle in stride on 3rd and 11. Imagine the scenes. Imagine what he does. Imagine what the Dolphins fans will never forget that throw ever if he makes that throw because that's a touchdown. That's crib talk. We're talking about Tua to the end zone. Oh my God. That would have been ridiculous. 3rd and 11 to end the game. And he could hit Jaylen Waddle in stride for a touchdown. That's such a big missed opportunity. And even though Tua had a borderline great game, it wasn't perfect, but I thought it was still great. His stats are ridiculous in this game. That people are gonna remember that. And that's just such a huge missed opportunity for this such a huge missed opportunity for this offense and for Jaylen Waddle and Tua Tagovailoa, but man, what a game. It was way more closer, way more intense than I thought it would be, than I thought what would happen before the game. I thought it was going to be a blowout for us, but clearly this defense has not been what we thought it would be, and this offense is this is an offensive team. I think we just have to say it now. It's not what it has been the last 2 years. The defense has been horrible, and the offense has been carrying us. So, yeah, but I'm just thinking, man, Tua hits that throw, that's going down in history, man. I know it's a Week 9 game against the Bears, but to end the game like that, that would have been something else.
Yeah, we were talking about that before you got in here too. He's got to throw that ball ahead. If he throws that ball ahead, he's out and it's game. But the wind does play a factor in it, no doubt about it. But now I want to go around the room and I want to know things that you would like to see cleaned up because there was a lot of issues here. Offense killed it. Defense sucked. I mean, this has pretty much been the same recipe week in and week out. JMV, what would you like to see get cleaned up going forward here? I know there's a lot of things, so I want to go around the room a little bit with this one.
Getting clean forward, the run game has to be a little more productive. I think we're putting a lot of the game on Tua in terms of the offensive side of the ball. And then the defense, the secondary, and the linebackers have been atrocious all year. I think we had a spy a lot of the game. It was Channing Tindall that was the spy on Justin Fields, and it wasn't getting it done. It wasn't getting. I don't really care who we would have put as a spy. Justin Fields is elusive and he is fast. He was gonna kill us regardless. But it is that it's the linebackers, the secondary, the run game getting going. The offensive line has been a little better as the year has been progressing. There were a few times today on 3rd down or 2nd and long where Tua had pressure come to his face. But I mean, a whole game can't go by and nobody gets to Tua. So hopefully, and the pass rush on the defensive side of the ball for us. We need to get pressure on the quarterback. I mean, when we play San Francisco, Los Angeles, Buffalo, Green Bay doesn't worry me. But those type of teams, as we get to the deeper stretch of the season and the most important stretch as well, we need to get pressure on the quarterback with 4 guys. We can't be sending blitzes all game. So those are just some things I think we got to clean up.
Yeah, no, those definitely got it cleaned up. And I thought right away, having Chubb out there, I thought we were going to make that immediate impact, get into the quarterback. Now, he came close, and yeah, we did have pressure here and there, but just unable to just get sacks and then wrap up the quarterback. It's just a constant issue with this team moving forward. Alex, what would you like to see improve for this Dolphins team going forward? Because, I mean, yeah, we are taking the win. We are happy that we got the win. But for our expectations and the way we put this team amongst the AFC, we expect better. So let me hear from you. What would you like to see get cleaned up?
Yeah, you can't play defense like that and expect to go toe-to-toe with everybody, in the playoffs. Buffalo, Kansas City, teams like that. JMV talked about the Chargers, but I'm not scared of Justin Herbert fraud. Not even a little bit. Either way, this entire linebacking core needs to figure out what the flying fuck is going on. Like, Jerome Baker gets a lot of tackles, but he's the best one of the group. I can't harp on it enough. Landon Roberts is fucking garbage. I can't harp on it enough. In coverage, he's not fast. He's got no footwork, and he's out of position half the time. It can't happen. Give Duke Riley the reps. Give Tyndall the reps if you want. He didn't have a great day today, but whatever. He's a rookie. He can get better. The secondary, Xavien Howard. I can't even lie to you, homie. Darnell Mooney mossing you, that's fucking tough. Like, that's tough to look at. That's tough to watch. I know he got the pick that, I didn't like the call that he got there. Jay, I think you talked about it on Twitter. Like, the receiver for the Bears did a full 360 spin. I don't know how you don't expect Howard's hand to kind of like drag on there and it looked bad. But it starts with Josh Boyer, bro. I mean, we've been giving him a little bit of a pass because in the second halves it's been getting better. But it wasn't like that today. And Justin Fields did the same shit over and over again. They ran the same screen passes over and over again. And the Dolphins did not look like they knew how to stop it until the end of the game, which was funny because as soon as the Dolphins defense was getting stops, the Dolphins offense wasn't converting. So it was just perfect, standard, non-complimentary football on our end. Overall, though, man, like, there's not much I want to see cleaned up on the offense. Just play better defense. Like, I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if it's the players. I don't know. Maybe the coaches are putting him in the right position. These dudes just aren't making plays. But there's just so many, like, almost, right? Jaylen Phillips almost makes a couple plays today. Yes, he had the block punt. I'm not trying to take that away from him. But he had Justin Fields at least 3 times for a sack. At least. Bradley Chubb at the end of the game had him, bro. Like, we got to hold him accountable. Just got that money. Like, I know he just got here a few days ago, but you had him dead to rights. And he spun out of that shit. Like, I don't know, man. Like, you got to be able to wrap up and tackle. You can't not do that against Buffalo, who just lost to the Jets, by the way. Rest in piss, Buffalo. You're done. We'll see you in a few weeks. And the Jets might be legit. But, hey, everything on the offensive end is flawless to me. I can't even hold you. I think it's damn near perfection besides some, clock management stuff. But on the defensive end, bro, like, each position besides, like, Holland, like, figure it the fuck out. Like, for real.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see a comment here by Marcus Hunter. It says Jerome Baker is horrible and often escapes criticism. Listen, he has been bad, and I definitely am. I've been very, very hard on him every time I talk about Jerome Baker. Like, this dude is honestly, he has to play better. Like, he does. He has to play better. There's so many times where he should be making a play and stopping something from getting ugly, and he's just slipping off dudes, like just like he did. Like Justin Fields. I mean. I still can't believe the shit I saw. And what would you like to see get cleaned up going forward for this Dolphins team?
Yeah, I'm glad Alex brought that up about the tackling because before you got in here, Alex, I was talking with the guys and they were like, Bradley Chubb had a bunch of pressures. And I was like, but he was whiffing on tackles. You don't trade a first round pick and give a guy a 5-year max extension. He's out there whiffing tackles. He needs to be better. So I'm glad you brought that up that he has to be held accountable. But really, it's the whole tackling of the entire defense. Between the Dolphins and the Hurricanes last night, I mean, my God, that is some of the worst tackling that I've ever seen in my entire life. Even our guy Crossan had that horrible missed whiff tackle earlier in the game. And that's why my name is crossing my fingers, because when he had that obvious PI, I was crossing my fingers. They would not throw the flag. And sure enough, we got lucky. And somehow, some way, they did not call it. And I don't want to hear anybody complaining because Dolphins 99% of the time get absolutely screwed by the officials. So I feel good about that. I have no shame taking that win. But they need to work on tackling. But y'all talked on defense the most. So I'm going to speak a little bit more about the offense. This is something that Alex also did bring up, which is the clock management. It's really been McDaniel's biggest probably issue this whole season. We haven't really seen it get too much better. And I think that will be a thing that's going to be kind of hard to improve as the season goes on, because it's going to take some practice. It's going to take some studying. And it's really hard to find the time to study that when you have to worry about game prep week by week. But certainly not mad at him for that, because I think that's something he'll get better on as he grows as a coach in this league. But too many times you see them calling a timeout because they just don't have to play in time. 12 men on the field, that's a penalty that should never happen. They also had another illegal man downfield penalty. Something else I think should never happen. Just stay in place. You got to coach these guys and discipline them to make sure that they know to not go down the field. So I'd like to see a lot of those things clean up on the offensive side. But as far as penalties in general, I think they did do a good job cleaning it up, especially from 2 to 3 weeks ago when it was horrendous. Didn't see too many holding calls. Didn't see too many false starts and stuff like that. So they did a good job cleaning it up, but just a few small things that I'd like to see them get fixed as the season goes on.
No, yeah, definitely. Now, I do want to shift it over to the positives. All right, because there were plenty of positives as well. Yeah, a lot of negatives, don't get me wrong. But besides a win, which is a win, that's the most important thing. There are some positives, though. Like you said, the penalties were cleaned up a little bit. I was looking this over. Only 3 penalties that cost us 38 yards. I mean, 38 yards is a lot, but 3 penalties, and the way we've been seeing this team just rack up penalties left and right, they cleaned that up a bit. The offensive line, I've seen them play worse, so they played a little bit better in spurts. I caught Connor Williams with a stupid-ass snap. I mean, come on now, that's got to be better. But I've seen them play worse. Tua did not get sacked today, so that's also a positive sign. Tua threw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a positive sign. Jeff Wilson came onto the scene, and he looked already way better than freaking Chase Edmonds. And I know, Jay, that's your boy right there. What about the positives, man? Jay, talk to me about your boy Jeff Wilson coming onto the scene right away and making an immediate impact.
He runs with intent. He runs heavy. He runs hard, but he still has the explosiveness behind it, and he has the knowledge of the offense. So he was really, really good. After Mostert dropped that ball in the red zone, they clearly went to Jeff Wilson because that was not acceptable from Raheem Mostert. So that was really nice to see. Some of the other positives was that Tyreek, man, fastest receiver to 1,000 yards. He's breaking records. Him and Tua were on the same page. I will say, though, Tua and Waddle were not on the same page, especially down the field. There was a one throw that was a perfectly thrown ball where Waddle just has to keep running under it, and then he's gone. But instead, he turns and jumps for no reason. He jumps a lot, by the way, for no reason on some of these balls, and I don't know what happened there. And then so that one was on Waddle, but then the next one, obviously the 3rd and 11 that I was talking about earlier in the stream, where Tua underthrows him. It's not even a deep pass down the field. It's like 30 yards up the field, and we know Tua hits those with ease. He tries to lob it, and I don't know if the Chicago wind or whatever. It was just an underthrow. When if he just leads him, he has Jaylen Johnson beat, and then he's gone for a touchdown. And imagine the scenes if he hits that for the game, to end the game. Like, step on their throat. That would be a throw that, again, we would never forget. So, even though that was a negative, but Tyreek was a positive, man. Him and Tua have great chemistry. Like, Tua was hitting Tyreek in the middle of the field, on the outside. Like, just a fantastic game from Tyreek Hill. And Jeff Wilson was really, really good. The thing is, the run game as a whole definitely struggles. And I'm not saying we need a power back per se, but our running and honestly, just our play calling on 3rd and short and 4th and short is terrible. I don't know what it is, but it's just horrible. I think we rank, someone was talking about it on Twitter, Nate Tice, I think of The Athletic, was talking about how we rank 31st just ahead of the Chargers when it comes to that kind of 3rd and 1 play in terms of what we do, in terms of the power. It's an advanced statistic, so I can pull it up, but it's just that we need to convert on those. I just feel like so many times it's 3rd and 1, we just don't convert. It's like, dude, it's a yard. But then all these other teams convert on us so easily. So clearly it's something that we're doing on both sides of the field. But the run game was good from the Jeff Wilson standpoint. Just as a whole, I wanted a little bit better. The offense is going, man. Tua is playing elite ball. Like, I'm kind of down on Tua just because I wish I saw that throw. But if we think about it, like, he had a great game. 300 yards, 21 for 30, 3 touchdowns, no picks again. I don't think he had any dropped interceptions this time either. I thought he was pretty perfect when it came to not turning over the ball. So that was really nice to see from Tua Tagovailoa. He continues to play really, really, really well. And I'm not going to lie, it sucks that the narrative isn't going to change because his 2 worst throws of the year came on back-to-back drives and the biggest plays of the game. Like, if he hits those, everything changes. And it sucks that I think his 2 worst throws of the year, the one to Jerm Smythe on the 4th and 1 and the one to Jaylen Waddle, again, it sucks that it happened in this game, and it sucks that those are plays that people are going to remember, even though he was borderline perfect before that. Like, this guy was diming all over the field. And a big positive with him, and you were talking about earlier, we didn't allow any sacks. We were allowing pressure, though, and Tua's pocket movement in the backfield is ridiculous. The fact that he makes people miss as much as he does, and the way he works around a pocket and still has the ability to throw out of it is ridiculous. He doesn't get enough credit for that because it's something that he's done for his whole career so far, to be honest, because we always talk about how we should have way more sacks, but Tua is just too elusive, which is funny because people don't think Tua is that, athletic, or he doesn't run around the pocket like that, but that's just because of his footwork. Like, he's making guys miss, and we should have had a lot more sacks on us, but Tua kind of prevented that. So I'm not going to lie. A lot of the positives were Tua just because the defensive run game weren't really going. And the only other thing I could think about was, I don't know if it was a positive per se, but the offensive line was definitely really good in the first half. I thought in the second half it slowed down a little bit. They were getting pressure a lot more. But in the first half, man, the offensive line was balling.
And that's what I was kind of going at. Particularly in the first half, I thought the offensive line played really, really well. And Tua's pocket presence is awesome. I mean, the way, like you said, you nailed it right on the head. His ability to just move around in the pocket and make guys miss. I mean, you saw one, he converted one even when he was slipping and fell. I mean, that was tremendous. But yeah, those two throws definitely, you're thinking about right before those two throws. I'm like, man, this guy's development has been such a joy to watch. I mean, this guy is playing amazing. Like, he's earned that right to, if he makes a mistake or makes, he has like, we're okay with it now. Before, so early on, Tua makes a mistake and people are, no, I'm done. And I feel like Tua has earned the right to, make a mistake and learn through it now, because he's showing how great of a quarterback he is. Like, he has shown to me that he has what it takes to be the franchise quarterback of this team. But it sucks that he didn't nail those two plays, because those two plays right there, we're looking at it completely different. And that's just us, because we rate this team high, and I think that they're capable of it when you see the talent on this roster. That fourth down one hurts, though. I saw Smythe turn his head around on the replay, like, what are you doing? Maybe that was miscommunication there, but nonetheless, I mean, Tua's got to make that throw and deliver it. But hey, man, there are positives. So shout out to Jeff Wilson as well. I thought he came onto the scene and tremendous right away. Tyreek Hill, like you talked about, 143 yards. This dude is pure dominant. Alex, I want to throw this over to you, man. Talk to me about the positives about this game and what you saw.
We just can't let it go unstated, bro, because we're getting used to it as Dolphin fans. Like, this is the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. I'm going to say it every time, bro, after every week. Like, nobody's putting up numbers like this. This is ridiculous. Like, Tyreek Hill, every single week he does something new that I just can't believe he did. Like, I can't put into words how good this man is at the receiver position. Jaylen Waddle had a fantastic day today. We finally got Tyreek involved in the red zone. I mean, the amount of motion stuff that McDaniel has him doing is just ridiculous. You can see it completely manipulates the defense all over the floor. The linebackers are in complete disarray every time he does that little double reverse thing. And sometimes they get it and they double him and then somebody's wide open. Listen, this offense is fantastic. Mike McDaniel's scheming is off the charts. People need to look in the mirror and realize how high of a bar they have set for this team right now. If you were coming away after this game, after putting up 35 points, after Tua has played a month, wherever he plays, it's just been pretty much damn near perfection, perfect pass rating. And people are out here saying, like, well, there's this. I saw Shannon Sharp say, oh, maybe Tua's arm strength just cost him the game. It's like, how long were you waiting for that to happen for, bro? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me.
Bro,
Like,
the commentator goes underthrow, like, so vividly to Durham Smythe. That wasn't even an underthrow. It was just like a miscommunication.
Bro,
like, he was waiting to say it.
Literally. And, like, keep the same energy, because if he does complete those, are you going to say he's an MVP? Because then he would have played another perfect football game. Literally mistake-free, not even one bad fucking throw, ice the game with a touchdown. Like, are you going to call him an MVP? No. Like, it's ridiculous. The bar is set way too high. This offense put up 35 points. Last year, I would have done insane things to see a 35-point performance, man. Like, this, we got to just keep it in check. The offensive line today was pretty good. Like, again, this offensive line is way better than it's been in years past. It just is. And Jeff Wilson Jr. was a fucking steal, bro. An absolute steal. Like, that man, Jay, you were talking about it. He runs with power. He runs with purpose. He will run through you. He will run around you. He will cook you on an out route. He will leap for the end zone. He will fucking block your favorite linebacker. And we got this man for a 5th-round pick. In my eyes, he's RB1 already. Like, for real. I thought he outplayed Mozart every time he got the chance today. Mozart's a very explosive player. Jeff Wilson looked more explosive. Jeff Wilson looked faster. Jeff Wilson has better hands. Like, this is just a non-debate right now. And again, the running game is lackluster, and I feel like we say it every week, but it's not necessarily because they can't run the ball. They just don't. Like, they just throw the ball, man, because they have the best wide receiver duo in the NFL, and they have the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. And I think they have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL when in terms of manipulating the defense and manipulating the pocket. Yeah, he should have hit Dermot Smythe on the 4th and 1. Josh Allen should have hit it against us, but nobody talked about it. Like, it's going to happen, man. You're going to have a terrible throw. Why are people talking more about that than Josh Allen throwing multiple picks against the Jets in a loss? What are we like? This Justin Herbert still doesn't win football games, folks. He still doesn't win them. Anyway, it's just keep the same energy, because your bar was on the floor for him. And when he has over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, we're still looking and nitpicking. I mean, give me a break, bro. I'm not going to nitpick shit. I don't care. He put up 35 points through 3 touchdowns. He's elite in the red zone. He turns into Michael Jordan on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Tua puts on 23 for the Bulls, bro. It's what happens. It's converted. 3rd and 7, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 2. It doesn't matter. He struggled on 4th down today. Okay, so what? We're going to be like this. This offense to me is explosive. It's dynamic, and you can't prep for it. You can watch tape. You can say you're going to run shell coverage, and then you actually line up against these motherfuckers, and they're faster, bigger, and stronger than you, bro. And Tua's more accurate, and he's smarter, and he makes a quicker decision. You can't stop it. There's no game plan for this defense or this offense. And if this defense can just find their fucking guts, and if Josh Boyer can remember that he has a fucking job to do, otherwise he can put the house on Zillow, fill out the Indeed application, and tell somebody else to kick fucking rocks. This is fucking bullshit. Josh Boyer is literally escaping so much shit. And one more person that needs to catch this shade, just in case. I'm sorry to go on this fucking tangent, bro. Jason fucking Sanders.
Holy, yeah.
I can't believe no one's mentioned this. Jason fucking Sanders. Get the fuck out of Miami. Stay in Chicago. Work the hot dog stand. You're fucking done. You're out. You're stamped. You're signed. You're sealed, delivered. You are banished from the Miami Dolphins. You are not kicking the ball for us again. I will go for it on 4th and 9. I'll go for it on 4th and 15 before we trot your sorry ass out there again to miss an extra point type field goal to pay us up 2 fucking scores. Notice how every 4th down call, it wasn't even a fucking decision. Jason Sanders should take off his pads, take off the helmet, and throw out the kicking net. You're not coming out here unless we score a fucking touchdown, bro. You can't hit a 50-yarder, can't hit a 40-yarder, can't hit a 30-yarder. Now you can't even hit a fucking 20-yarder, bro. You're one of the highest paid kickers in the NFL. Find your pride, find your guts, do your fucking job. I'm sorry for that tangent, but hey, I'm sick of Tua getting slandered and talked about here when we got dudes missing kicks, linebackers blowing assignments, and Josh Boyer doing a whole bunch of fucking nothing.
Listen, he's lucky. He's lucky he made it 27 minutes in without mentioning his fucking name. I completely forgot about that. So thank you for that slander. We needed that. 416J.
I just want to add on to what Alex said about Tua. They're literally waiting to say that Tua underthrew somebody. They're waiting to say all this. They're hating. We need to embrace being the villains of the NFL, all right? Because no matter how much we plead and how much we cry, we need to stop looking for people to accept that we're contenders, to accept that we're good. Stop going at these people in the media and trying to get them to change their tune, because they will not. They've already made their decision. Don't try and do that. Embrace being the villain. They don't think Tua is good. Fine. He'll go for 3 touchdowns and 300 yards on your favorite team. Doesn't matter. We need to stop trying to get everyone to like us. It's terrible. Please accept us. Please think that we're good. Embrace being the fucking villain. Embrace. If you ain't us, if you're not with us, you're against us. That's what needs to happen. Nobody from any, I think Tua's good now. Nah, fuck you. You didn't think he was good last year. You didn't think he was good the year before. We were all saying, just give him a fucking receiver that's not named Devontae fucking Parker. Like, and Isaiah Ford. I can go Mac Hollins. I can go down the list. Malcolm Perry. Let me loose, man. Don't try and make like everyone I see, because all the national media, it's coming out. Dolphins fans are annoying. Dolphins fans are in my mentions. Dolphins fan, they can't let Tua go. They will not like him. Accept it. It's fine. It's okay. They're not going to like him. The national media will not like him. It's okay, because he's going to be good anyways. I'd rather be the underdog. I'd rather count us out. Be the villain. Be the villain and accept that you are the villain. Fuck anyone who doesn't like us, bro. That's the energy we need. That's what we need to be doing. Other than Dolphins fans, no one likes us and no one thinks that we're good. Let that be the case. That's fine. Because again, like I said before, they don't think Tua is that guy. When he goes for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 450 yards, 6 touchdowns on your favorite team, it won't matter. So just embrace being the villains.
When it comes to Tua too, just ignore the media. Give me your favorite. Give me your number one MVP candidate and put it next to Tua. Like 1,980 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 picks, 70% completion percentage. His passer rating went up to 115.9. He completed 15 consecutive third down conversions dating back to the Detroit game. 9 for 9 in that game for 9 first downs. And in this one, he started 6 for 6 for 6 first downs. I don't know if that's an NFL record, but it probably is. And it hasn't been mentioned. His passer rating on third down is historic. It really is historic. It honestly, just put whoever each one on this panel thinks is the MVP so far, 9 games through the season, put those numbers next to Tua and then try to justify why that guy's your MVP and not Tua. Whatever the media wants to say, bro, it is what it is. Tua comes out every week, he does his job, and he continues to improve week to week. He's 6-0 as a starter in games he starts and finishes, aside from the Cincinnati Bengals game. And 2 more easy games coming up, and then we get the real stretch with the 49ers, Alex's favorite team, and the Chargers, and the Buffalo Bills.
Listen, man, it's
Chargers are dookie anyways, bro. They're light. That's light work.
Yeah, I don't think we're worried about them as much as we probably
But
were.
the entire media will have eyes on that game. The entire NFL world will be watching Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa going at it, and then the week after, which I hope gets flexed, Josh Allen and Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, listen, I think it's best for to embrace the villain role, like Jay said, though. I think it really is. Like, these people are just gonna talk down on Tua. They're gonna nitpick at any little underthrow, at this and this. Like, listen, just keep getting dubs, man. Worry about our shit. Worry about our game. Worry Tua. Just do your own thing, man. Like, we appreciate you, Dolphin fans, and that's all that matters. You don't need no ESPN and none of these clout chasing people. Like, we don't need that. Like, just keep moving in silence, man. Do what we need to do, and when they want to question us, we bring out the receipts, we bring up our stats, and we defend Tua on our own. But out here, expecting for the media to give us love, that's just part of being a Dolphin fan and part of people just being Tua haters, man. But I don't mind it. Just embrace that villain role. And being underdogs is better, man, because it feels so damn good when you just win a game knowing that people were doubting you and talking shit about you. So I think Tua just needs to continue doing that. And what do you think about Tua's performance thus far this season and today as he continues to rack up games after games?
Yeah, well, a couple things, man. One, I mean, you stole exactly what I was going to say about embracing the villain role. Jay said that perfectly. And listen, man, too many people on Twitter care too much what the national media thinks. The national media is stupid. They don't watch the games. That's why they listen to us on the Basement Sports Network, because we actually watching games. We know what we're talking about. But the thing that's best is, like you said, keep winning games. But the thing that's best is Tua's doing it with a smile on his face the whole time. He's genuinely one of the nicest guys in the NFL. And the fact that he's killing them with kindness while absolutely dominating and tearing opposing defenses to shreds is it's chef's kiss beautiful, because he's doing it with a smile on his face. Jaylen Waddle's doing a little penguin dance. They playing the duck song every time he scores a touchdown. Tyreek Hill's out there doing backflips like he's a cheerleader on varsity team. Listen, they are killing this. They are absolutely dominating opposing defenses, all led by Tua Tagovailoa. And it's really surreal. We talked earlier about his third down conversion rate, how awesome that is. And it's surreal because for 90% of my life, I quite literally had zero hope they would ever convert a third down. And the way I'm watching these games now, with almost no stress on these third downs, almost with a mindset now that I'm assuming they are going to convert the third down, it's crazy. It's an absolutely new experience for me. And it's been really, really wonderful so far that they've been able to do this. Now, the last few wins haven't been exactly, beautiful wire to wire, but they've been exciting, high-scoring games, which is not something that I've been able to say in my entire life of Dolphins fandom. And also, I think I know why Jason Sanders has been missing. It's probably because every time he's lining up to kick, he probably has Alex in his head screaming. So, but well-deserved because he is an absolute bum. And every time he lines up to kick a field goal, I also think of Alex. So I'm thinking maybe Sanders does too. But yeah, Tua's awesome, man. Tua's awesome.
No doubt about it. And also, hey, there was a lot of wind on that game. So people often criticize Tua can't play in cold weather. Now, I know it was like over 60 degrees, don't get me wrong. But still, you had a lot of wind there. So Tua is continuing to just check mark after check mark after check mark. And we see it, and that's all that matters. So if you guys are expecting the national media to give you guys praise, listen, stop. Don't even watch them. Just keep it locked in at the Basement Sports Network. That's all you need to know. Tyreek Hill continues to do his thing, man. I just read this. He has and 4 receiving yards this season. That's 12th most in Dolphins history with a half a season left. I mean, this dude is crazy, man. And the first wide receiver to hit 1,000 yards this season already. I mean, listen, people know the ball's going his way, and it just doesn't freaking matter. That's the thing that's just such a freaking beauty to watch. And we cannot, like, I don't think we can just, like, I feel like I don't appreciate him enough, honestly. I don't think there is a level to what Tyreek Hill is doing. And I think Tua absolutely is in the MVP consideration. I think Tyreek Hill's Offensive Player of the Year consideration. Like, these dudes got these awards like in the bag, and it's up to them to lose it. JMV, talk to me about Tyreek Hill, man, and what you've seen this season, because this is amazing. It really is.
No, I mean, I think Alex hit it on the nose earlier in the show. He said Tyreek Hill, when he's in motion, bro, it's confusing defenses, and it's beautiful. I mean, for the past 20 years, when have we seen the Dolphins run even half the motion that we run? I think the number that was said on the broadcast today was that we run motion 79% of the game. That's a ridiculously high number, and it's all led by Tyreek Hill. Defenses do try. He gets double teamed. That doesn't matter. They play off, to stop the deep ball. He stops, quick curl route, first down. He's on pace to break the record. He might actually break it in 16 games if he stays healthy, hopefully, knock on wood. It's honestly, and I don't want to be biased when I say it, but it is the greatest season that we've seen from a wide receiver in NFL history. Touchdowns aside, I know what Calvin Johnson did was special. He was the only receiver they were throwing to over there, but he is a monster. I think Tyreek Hill is on pace to be the greatest season by an NFL wide receiver in NFL history. There's nothing else to say, and he should win Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think there's anybody else in consideration, even remotely close to what Tyreek Hill is doing. And he's not going to get it, but he should get votes for MVP as well. But, it's not a wide receiver award. So, we'll just call it what it is.
No, definitely. I think he should be in consideration for MVP, but it's like you said, it's really not a wide receiver award, but his presence has been felt like week in and week out. I see NFL and CBS has tweeted only one quarterback in Dolphins history had consecutive games with 300 passing yards and 3 touchdown passes, and it's not Dan Marino, it's Tua. So that's big time right there. And then the highest passer rating in the NFL, like Alex has mentioned, Tua is 115.9, leading Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and everybody in the NFL. So keep on shining, number 1. Keep on shining. But hey, next week we do have a game. We're going to talk about this on our weekly show when we preview the Browns-Dolphins game. So keep it locked in the Basement Sports Network on Wednesday for that. Looking ahead right now, we're taking on the Cleveland Browns at home. Jacoby Brissett is return game to Miami. Quick little look ahead towards that. I just want to go around the room. How are you feeling about this game coming up next week? What would you like to see get cleaned up? Just briefly here. We'll go around the room. Alex, I'll start with you.
Kick Jacoby Brissett's ass, bro. Please. Keep it simple. He stinks. Let the world know he stinks. Play good defense. This needs to be a bounce back game for the defense. You know what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to feed the ball to Nick Chubb. The Dolphins' run defense has not actually been the worst part of their defense, surprisingly. If you told me that at the beginning of the year, I would have told you you're crazy. So you know what they're going to try and do. Not that we knew what Chicago was going to try and do today, and that didn't stop them. But, man, I'm nervous about Myles Garrett, bro. Myles Garrett is a terrorizing man. Teron Armstead's going to try his best. The rest of the guys are going to try their best. He's going to get Tua at least once, maybe even twice. Just accept it. It's going to happen. He might win Defensive Player of the Year. But specifically on defense, you need to expose Jacoby Brissett. Make Jacoby Brissett make tough throws. He can't do it. I do not remember the 4 games. I do not forget the 4 games he played for us last year. Go after Jacoby Brissett. Hopefully only rush 4. I'd like to see Bradley Chubb sort of emerge. I don't want to give him too much crap because it was his first game here. I'm just pissed that he missed that sack, to be honest with you. But, get one in the next game. Jalen Phillips, get one, please. I need the defense to have a performance like they did against Pittsburgh. Can we play a complimentary football game? It's at home. After this win streak, the fans are going to be fired up. After this game, you go into a bye week. Play a great game. Can you imagine if there was a great defensive performance and a great offensive performance? Dolphins win by multiple scores at home, and you're heading into the bye week getting healthy at 7-3. That needs to be the goal. Play your best football game of the season. Enough with this BS of staying in there with bad teams and things like that. Because to be honest with you, Cleveland's a bad team, but they're not like one of the worst teams in the NFL. They can stun you. They can shock you. They just did it to the Cincinnati Bengals. I know Jamar Chase wasn't playing, but listen, they beat them on national television. So don't underestimate them. Know that they have some really, really good players in that team like Chubb and Myles Garrett. But please, bro, you have to make Jacoby Brissett beat you. And if that happens, by the way, Josh Boyer needs to just go completely. But I'm just hoping for a complimentary football game. Dolphins win by multiple scores. Offense shows up. Defense shows up from the jump. Head into the bye week healthy at 7-3 after a big win.
No, that has to 100% be the deal. Going into the bye week 7-3 is just perfect. You get to get a lot of these guys healthy. And when we talk about healthy, we talk about insurance. So this is a proud moment that I want to share with you guys here. So our primary sponsor at the Basement Sports Network is Simple Health Advisors. Insurance does not need to be complicated. Email them or give them a call today. Email my guy, Jay Poe at simplehealthadvisors.com, or give them a call at 321-345-7738 and let them know that the basement sent you. So, JMV, what would you like to see against the Cleveland Browns besides a win coming up this Sunday? So going into the bye week 7-3, that's obviously what we all want to see, but what would you like to see in particular from this Dolphins team Sunday?
Tua to rip apart the Cleveland Browns and then blow a kiss to Deshaun Watson. That's what I would love to see. But aside from that, I think this is going to be pretty much an ass whooping. I feel very confident about this game being an ass whooping. I think you put the Chicago Bears, who are the best running team in the NFL, take Justin Fields aside, 25 carries for 78 yards. Okay, they did jack shit on the ground. They could not get anything going. They didn't run for 10 yards. They didn't break any runs for 10 yards. I think after this game, the Dolphins defense, which came in ranked 6th in the NFL in terms of run defense, they actually bumped up to 5th after this game. They've been phenomenal stopping the run. And Cleveland, if they can't get the ball rolling on the ground, they will not get it going through the air. The play action will not be there. Jacoby Brissett will not run for 178 yards like Justin Fields just did. He will not do that. So I think this game is going to be a blowout in Miami. Hopefully, as Alex said, the defense gets it going. Hopefully, Jaylen Phillips gets a sack. Bradley Chubb gets a sack. Hopefully, we get pressures. Tua, if Myles Garrett is coming at you, bro, throw your ass to the ground. I don't care. Don't even look upfield. If you see Myles Garrett in your vicinity, just go down and live to the next play.
Listen, I wish I had the confidence that you have, man. Like, real talk, bro. Like, you're saying a blowout against the Cleveland Browns.
What's your definition of a blowout? I think if you win by 10 points, it's a blowout. Like, if you win by 2 scores, to me, that's a blowout.
No, but I just feel like we talked about this before the game today. I feel like every game that we watch is just stressful, even this season. Like, I know times have changed. I talked about it. Like, the confidence, I always believe this team's going to pull through. But I feel like we could just never get a game that's just comfortable winning. Like, and I refuse to believe that we're going to be able to do so. Although I hope so, because we damn sure could really use that. Like, just a smackdown, then you're feeling great. You get healthy, 7-3 into the bye week, especially against Brissett. I would love that.
And then come back versus Houston, which would be great too.
But I love your optimism though. So shout out to you. I wish I had the same, but I want to actually go before I go, Jay. I want to go to Ant on this one because Ant, when we were talking about this game a couple weeks ago, you felt a certain type of way. I don't know if you have changed now or if you're still the same. How you feeling about the Browns and Dolphins game?
Well, I don't feel like JMV because I don't want to hear about the run defense when you just gave up 200 rushing yards to the opposing team's quarterback. All right, so you can't just
say the quarterback doesn't count.
No, you can't just say
that's completely different.
You can't just say, if you disclude their leading rusher, they only gave up 50 rushing yards. No, you can't do that. Justin Fields was doing whatever the hell he wanted out there on the field, and it was a pitiful defensive performance at stopping the run. I don't care who was running the ball. Justin Fields running every single time is still the running game. They did a horrible job at stopping that. I understand it's different when you're doing hands-off compared to scrambles when you got good coverage downfield, but still, the run defense was absolutely terrible. And if you think that Nick Chubb is not going to go out and absolutely dominate next week, you're crazy. Because this run defense, if you will just watch with the eye test, they've shown me nothing to show that they can stop a running back. Now, I know you say the Bears are one of the best running offenses in the league. A lot of that is because of Justin Fields. They do not have a Nick Chubb. He's going to absolutely tear us apart next week because they can't stop the run.
So Khalil averaging 6.1 yards per carry is a fluke. That shit doesn't matter.
He's not Nick Chubb. That's.
I know he's not Nick Chubb, but Nick Chubb has had bad games this year too.
He's had bad games, and the Dolphins defense has not had a good game.
They're 5 in the NFL.
Stopping the run.
at stopping the run.
Man, you watching the same games I am, man.
Yeah,
It
I don't
was
count Justin Fields. Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson to me are 1-1. Like those
this
things,
Dolphins
you don't
defense
see that with the other 30 quarterbacks in the NFL. They're gonna burn you
defense
regardless on the ground.
is made of 11 guys who cannot tackle the ball. That is going to be a problem against Nick Chubb. That's going to be a problem. That's just the reality of it. Now, do I think they can overcome it? I do, because I think we have a lot better offense than we're obviously a lot more versatile. Obviously, Jeff Wilson played great, and we all know they're going to run the ball through Chubb and Hunt. Brissett, he obviously sucks. I'm hoping he doesn't get it together for some sort of revenge game. That would be the nightmare scenario. So I do think the Dolphins will have enough to overcome. But the guys got to step up. I wasn't super impressed with Chubb's performance. Yeah, he had a lot of pressures and stuff, but I'm like Alex, biggest play of the game. You got to get that sack. Don't whiff. I don't care who it is. Because again, that's part of the running game. That's part of stopping the run, is being able to tackle these guys. And they've showed me nothing today that makes me believe they're going to be able to tackle next week. So it's going to be a problem, but the defense needs to show up, because Myles Garrett will show up. So as long as we get a little bit from Phillips and Chubb and everyone else that y'all saying, they'll be fine. They should be able to come out with a win. And again, you want to get a nice win going into the break, because then that's just going to have everybody feeling good. Then it gets a reset, relax, and then going into the second half of the season.
100% facts. And then right after the bye, you got Houston. So got to take advantage. 416, Jay, we'll go to you last here. How you feeling about this game against the Cleveland Browns? What would you like to see? What concerns you? And you can also get at that comment, because I know you've been adamant about this guy.
He's right. He's right. No, I was just going to say I wouldn't overlook the Browns. I think they're a good team, and Jacoby's been playing way better than he ever did in Miami. Not the same quarterback, but the run game is electric. Their defense is solid. So I wouldn't overlook them at all, especially heading into a bye. You want to go into a bye, with a win, going 7-3. So I wouldn't overlook them at all. I think they're a much tougher team than people give them credit for, just because the name Jacoby Brissett is associated with them, but their run game is for real. Nick Chubb is for real. This guy is crazy. He's really, really good. So keep that in mind. And yeah, I don't know. I just wouldn't, you got to take them seriously. You can't not take them seriously. And they can beat any team on any given day with the run game and defense that they have. So I would keep that in mind. And yeah, man, it doesn't matter though. We got Tua Tagovailoa at quarterback. He's going to throw for 3 touchdowns, 300 yards again, and we'll be fine. But yeah, the defense really needs to step up too, because if this run game goes anywhere near what they did today, we might be in trouble. So gotta hope the offense can kind of do what they've done, and hopefully the defense can step up finally.
For sure. I think there's a lot of things to clean up. The good thing is that we will have time to do so. This team should clean things up. A lot of things to clean up. We need a bye week desperately here, but you need to end it off 7-3. 7-3 going to the bye week, and then you can clean up all those little things. You can clean up the clock management issues. You can clean up all the miscommunications with the burning timeouts, fourth down plays, a lot of things to clean up. So let's just push through. The good thing is that we're at home following 2 games on the road, so we desperately want to get back there. Home crowd's got to be electric. Hopefully they bring it. Cleveland is no joke, though. I'm with you on that, man. I don't think this is a team to sleep on. I know they have Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, he's playing better. I don't think he's good, but those other guys like Chubb, Hunt, Myles Garrett on the defensive end, I think the Browns are good. And obviously, if they had a better quarterback playing, it would probably be a different story as far as that record goes. But yeah, I'm feeling like the Dolphins could put together a nice W here. I think they have to. They know what's in front of them. I don't think this is a team that's looking ahead at the bye week. I think they're going to control what they need to control, take care of business at home. Hopefully a Miami Dolphins win on Sunday. I want to, right before we head out here, we're obviously reaching we're at the 48-minute mark now. That's all I have to say, but I'm going to send it over to Alex, because I want him to speak his piece and then close us out for the show here today. Also, I want to mention, shout out to everyone in here. Hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate you guys tuning into the show. We do have our weekly show on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. But Alex, speak for us and close us off.
Hey, man, it's been 48 minutes. This has to be a record for how long we've gone since I mentioned Byron Jones, right? If only there was a guy who could maybe come in, play corner, maybe a little bit of safety, so we could stack the box on Chubb, who's going to maybe have a great game because our team's allergic to tackling. But, captain leader Byron Jones got that surgery a little bit too late. I wonder when that 21-day practice window is ever going to open. Him and Austin Jackson right now are just – I don't know, man. I guess Austin Jackson's going to come back. But, yeah, that guy that happened to Washington. Yeah, right here, Royal. So there was a guy on Washington, Robinson, right? He was shot. He came back. He's playing. Byron Jones, nope. Not back yet, man. I don't know. Him and Jason Sanders, bro, get the fuck off my team. And Landon Roberts, bro, 52 stuck in cement. Better call Handy Manny to get you out of that cement, bro, because you cannot fucking move on the football field, bro. Duke Riley's so much better. Jason Sanders can't make any kicks. And Byron Jones is a fake captain and a fake leader. That's how I wanted to end it, man.
Hey, listen. Perfect way to end the show here. Like I said, thank you to everybody tuning in to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. We will have our weekly show Wednesday. Keep it locked in here. Appreciate all you guys. 6-3 Miami Dolphins win. A win is a win. Thank you, refs. Close us out.
Touchdown, Miami!